The 2004 20 pence 2op coin from the United Kingdom featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a part of the British decimal coinage system and holds both everyday and numismatic significance. The 2op coin was first introduced in 1982 to provide an intermediate denomination between the 1op and 50p coins, and since then, it has become a common component of British currency, often used in daily transactions, vending machines, and parking meters. The 2004 issue continues the tradition of precision minting and design that reflects both the monarchy's heritage and the coinage. History of the United Kingdom. The obverse front of the 2004 2op coin features the fifth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank, Broadley IRB, a respected British sculptor. This effigy of the Queen, introduced in 1998, portrays her facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece of royal jewelry famously associated with Her Majesty. Round the portrait runs the legend, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg FD 2004, which expands to Elizabeth II Dei Gratia, Regina Fidei, Defensor, it's Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This traditional inscription underscores the Queen's constitutional role and religious title. Linking the coin to centuries of British royal and numismatic history, the reverse-back design of the coin is by William Gardner, showcasing a crowned Tudor rose, a heraldic emblem symbolizing unity. Combining the red rose of Lancaster and the white rose of York, reflecting the end of the Wars of the Roses and the beginning of the Tudor dynasty in the late 15th century, the Tudor rose, encircled by the coin's seven-sided heptagonal border, symbolizes England's history and cultural identity. Its value 20 pence is inscribed above the rose, and there is no date on the reverse as it appears on the obverse, maintaining a clean, balanced appearance. The 2004 20 pence coin is made from cupro-nickel, consisting of 84% copper and 16% nickel, giving it durability and a silver-like color suitable for the rigors of circulation. It weighs 5 grams, has a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, and features a distinct equilateral curve, heptagon shape with 7 sides and smooth edges, making it easily distinguishable by touch. An essential feature for the visually impaired and for everyday handling. From a historical context, 2004 marked the continued period of stability and modernization under Queen Elizabeth II, whose reign by that time had spanned over half a century. The coin was part of the circulating currency during the UK's participation in global events such as the European Union expansions, although Britain retained its pound sterling currency instead of adopting the euro. While most 2004 20 pence coins were struck for general circulation and thus remain common, uncirculated, mint condition, or proof examples can be of interest to collectors. The coin does not carry any rare minting errors for that year, unlike the famous 2008 undated 20p coin. However, those in exceptional condition, particularly brilliant uncirculated boo or proof versions from royal mint sets, hold greater appeal to numismatists in everyday usage. The 2op coin serves as a practical denomination in UK currency, easily fitting within coin-operated machines, public transport payments, and retail transactions. The 2004 20 pence coin, while seemingly ordinary in circulation, presents the United Kingdom's enduring heritage, constitutional monarchy, and the attention to design and historical symbolism that defines British coinage. Its combination of practical utility, symbolic design, and its role as part of the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's reign ensures that it remains a small but enduring piece of Britain's national identity within everyday life and coin collections alike. Next top, the 2003 20 pence coin from the United Kingdom holds an interesting place in the numismatic history of modern British coinage, embodying both tradition and transition within the broader framework of the UK's decimal currency system. This particular coin belongs to the 20 pence denomination, abbreviated as 2OP, which was introduced into circulation in 1982 as part of the evolving decimal coinage that had replaced the centuries-old system of pounds. Shillings and pence in 1971, commonly known as Decimal Day. By 2003, the 20p coin had firmly established itself as a vital component of everyday transactions. Appreciated for its small, distinctive size, heptagonal shape with 7 sides, and its utility within coin-operated machines and daily commerce across Britain. The 2003 issue continued the same specifications that had become standard since the coin's inception. It is struck from a copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 84% copper and 16% nickel, providing durability and resistance to tarnish, essential. For coins that pass through millions of hands in daily life, the coin has an equilateral curve heptagon shape, meaning all 7 sides are equal in length, but the edges are gently curved. A design that is as practical as it is symbolic, allowing the coin to be easily recognized by touch, which is particularly beneficial for the visually impaired. The obverse front of the 2003 20p coin features the 4th definitive portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the renowned British sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, FRBS, whose initials IRB can be found just beneath the bust, near the Queen's neck. This portrait was introduced to UK coinage in 1998 and represents a more mature, realistic depiction of the Queen compared to the idealized youthful portraits of earlier years. In Rank Broadley's design, the Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece of royal jewelry with historical significance. Originally a wedding gift to Queen Mary in 1893, which eventually passed to Queen Elizabeth. 2. The portrait emphasizes the Queen's enduring reign, dignity, and the subtle signs of her advancing age, which were respectfully incorporated into the design to reflect authenticity and continuity. Surrounding the Queen's portrait is the standard Latin legend, Elizabeth II, DG Reg, FD 2003, which expands to Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning Elizabeth II. By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith, a traditional title that has adorned British coinage for centuries, connecting the monarch to both divine authority and her role as head of the Church of England. Turning to the reverse back of the 2003 20p coin, we see the iconic design created by artist William Gardner, which had been used since the coin's introduction in 1982, and remained unchanged through to the redesign of the UK coinage in 2008. Gardner's design features a crowned Tudor rose, a national emblem that symbolizes the unity of England following the Wars of the Roses in the 15th century, when the houses of York and Lancaster were merged through marriage, symbolically represented by the combination of the white and red rose. The Tudor rose has deep historical roots associated with monarchy, national identity, and the heritage of England, making its placement on the 20p coin a subtle yet powerful nod to Britain's enduring history. Below the Tudor rose is the denomination shown simply as 20p, and there is no need to repeat 2003 on the reverse, as the date is already inscribed on the obverse alongside the Queen's portrait. In terms of technical specifications, the 2003 20p coin has a mass of 5 grams, a diameter of 21.4 millimeters, and a thickness of approximately 1.7 millimeters, consistent with the standard for this denomination since its inception. The coin's edge is plain, lacking any milling or lettering, which complements the clean geometric heptagonal form. This coin was produced by the Royal Mint, the official mint of the United Kingdom. Located in Llantrisant, South Wales, known for its centuries-old tradition of minting coins for Britain and many countries around the world. Notably, the 2003 20p coin was minted in standard circulation quantities, meaning it was not a commemorative issue, but rather part of the everyday currency, designed to serve practical purposes in commerce, transportation, vending machines, and other daily monetary transactions throughout the UK, despite being a standard circulation coin. Some collectors appreciate the 2003 20p coin for its historical context and is part of a complete Datron collection of UK decimal coins. although it does not command high premiums in the collector's market. Coins in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those preserved in official royal mint sets, can be of particular interest to numismatists. The year 2003 itself did not see major design changes across the standard UK coinage range, but it fits within the broader era of Elizabeth II's reign, marked by gradual transitions, modernizations of portraiture, and technological advancements in coin production by the Royal Mint. One interesting aspect for collectors and historians is that the 20p coin remained consistent in its reverse design from 1982 until 2008, when the Royal Mint introduced the Jody Clark redesign featuring elements of the royal shield across multiple coin denominations, leading to a partial image when the coins are arranged together. Thus, the 2003 20p sits within the last decade of what can now be considered the classic pre-2008 design era. Its enduring Tudor rose motif, combined with the mature rank, broadly portrait of the Queen, makes it emblematic of the period's blend of tradition and evolving modernity. To summarize, the 2003 Elizabeth II 20p coin may, at first glance, appear as a simple, everyday coin passed unnoticed through countless pockets, tills, and transactions across the United Kingdom, yet beneath its modest face lies a rich tapestry of British history. Royal symbolism, artistic craftsmanship, and practical design evolution. It represents a continuity of monarchy under Queen Elizabeth II's long and historic reign. British numismatic heritage stretching back centuries. The everyday economic life of the UK at the beginning of the 21st century, when tradition, utility, and national identity intertwined in the humble yet significant form of coinage still in circulation. The 2002 United Kingdom 20p coin represents not only a practical unit of the modern British decimal currency system, but also reflects over 1,000 years of evolving British numismatic tradition. The legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the broader historical, cultural, and political environment of the early 21st century United Kingdom. Although small in size and modest in face value, the 20p coin minted in 2002 carries significant symbolic meaning tied to both the British monarchy and the history of British coinage. Historical background of the 20p coin. The 20p denomination is a relatively modern addition to British currency. First introduced in 1982, it's more than a decade after the United Kingdom transitioned to decimal currency in 1971. The assimilation of British currency replaced the complex pounds, shillings, and pence system, simplifying transactions by introducing a structure based on 100p to the pound. The 20p coin filled a practical gap between the 10p and 50p denominations. Its small, easily distinguishable size, and distinctive equilateral heptagonal shape, seven-sided, with smooth edges made it convenient for everyday use, contributing to its popularity among the public. The introduction of the 20p also continued Britain's long-standing tradition of issuing coins that bear both functional and symbolic significance, often adorned with national emblems and portraits of the reigning monarch, reflecting the country's heritage, sovereignty, and identity. Design of the 2002 20p coin. The 2002 edition of the 20p coin features the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest-reigning monarch at the time, on the obverse front side of the coin. This specific portrait, designed by the renowned British sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, was introduced in 1998 and remained in use on UK coinage until 2015. Obverse. This details the obverse depicts a right-facing effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, notable for its realistic representation compared to earlier, more stylized portraits. Rank Broadley intended his portrayal to be mature, regal, yet human, capturing the Queen in her senior years with dignity and grace. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a famous and historically significant piece of royal jewelry frequently worn in official portraits. Encircling the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth 2D G Reg FD 2002. This inscription is a Latin abbreviation translating to Elizabeth II. By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. 2002, breaking this down, Elizabeth II refers to Queen Elizabeth II, the reigning monarch of the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth realms. D.G.R.E.G., abbreviation of Dei Gratia Regina, meaning by the grace of God, Queen F.D. Fidei Defensor, meaning defender of the faith, a title historically granted to British monarchs by the Pope, later reaffirmed by Parliament after the English Reformation, 2002. The year of minting. This inscription reaffirms both the secular and religious authority historically vested in the British monarchy, underscoring the constitutional role of the Queen as both head of state and defender of the faith specifically. The Church of England, reverse design, the reverse side of the 2002 20p coin retains the original design introduced in 1982, created by the artist William Gardner, distinguished British engraver. The design prominently features a crowned Tudor rose, as a national floral emblem of England, symbolizing the end of the Wars of the Roses and the unity of the House of Lancaster. In a House of York under the Tudor dynasty, the rose is encircled by the coin's denomination, 20p, with the number 20 positioned below the rose, the Tudor rose. Itself holds centuries of symbolic significance in English history, often representing national pride, unity, and heritage. Its use on the 20p coin continues this legacy, connecting the modern coinage to historical English iconography. Technical specifications of the 2002 2op coin shape: equilateral heptagon 7-sided edge, smooth diameter, 21.4 ohm weight, 5.0 grams thickness, 1.7 ohm metal composition, cupro-nickel, 84% copper, 16% nickel mint. The Royal Mint. United Kingdom, the distinctive 7-sided shape ensures the coin can be easily identified by touch, aiding both the visually impaired and the general public, while also preventing counterfeiting due to the complexity of its geometric design. The broader context of 2002. The year 2002 holds special significance in British history, as it marked the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, celebrating the 50th anniversary of her accession to the throne in 1952 following the death of her father, King George VI. Across the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, numerous events, ceremonies, and public celebrations commemorated the Queen's 5 decades of service. Though the standard 2op coin issued in 2002 did not feature special Jubilee designs, commemorative editions were released for other denominations. Coins from this year hold historical value for collectors due to their association with the Golden Jubilee period. Furthermore, in 2002, Britain was firmly within the era of modernization and globalization, with debates surrounding the European Union and the euro currency gaining prominence. Despite the introduction of the euro as physical currency in many European countries in January 2002, the UK retained its own currency, a decision reflected in the continued minting of the traditional pound sterling denominations, including the 20p coin, mintage in circulation, the Royal Mint, produced millions of 2op coins in 2002 to meet public demand. While exact mintage figures vary slightly across sources, the 2002 20p coin is considered a common circulation coin. It's readily used in everyday transactions and easily obtainable in the UK at the time. As of today, in 2000 to 20p, coins remain in active circulation, often found in change across the United Kingdom. Though common, they form part of a continuous narrative in the nation's monetary system, representing the enduring symbolism of the monarchy and national identity. Collectability and value. In terms of numismatic value, the 2002 20p coin is generally regarded as a standard circulation piece with minimal premium for collectors unless found in uncirculated, proof or error condition, uncirculated or mint condition. Examples: high grade, uncirculated coins, particularly those preserved in original Royal Mint sets, may hold moderate appeal to collectors, especially those assembling year-by-year collections of British decimal coinage. Error coins. As with any mass-produced coin, rare minting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or misaligned edges can command significantly higher values. Depending on rarity and condition, General circulated coins. Most circulated examples carry only their face value of 20 pence. Legacy and conclusion.